What do you think about this proposal by Florida Republicans to put forward a DREAM Act, but with the military option only?
Yeah, I find it interesting. What's the slippery slope that we're going to engage in? We have one supported by the administration and by Democrats on the Hill. Matter of fact, we passed it in the House of Representatives in November of 2010, 216 to 198, the DREAM Act. It does have a military component. That is, you can join the military and earn your legalization. But it also says, much like my children, you can go to school and gain an education, an area in the field, and that way fulfill your obligation towards your legalization in the United States.
So you don't see it as like a step forward?
No, I think it's a step backwards. And so I always find it curious that a Cuban American and someone who has benefited so greatly by the most, how would I say it, the most generous immigration policy that the Cuban community here has received in the United States of America. So the next time a Cuban arrives on the shores of Miami, does he have to join the military? Or is it that child that arrived here when he was 6 months old is as American as you or I are in everything but a piece of paper, and that came here and isn't responsible for the actions of his parents, but truly it can be a gem for the United States of America. So I think it's a slippery slope.
And speaking of Cuban Americans in Florida, Senator Marco Rubio gave a speech this week, a pretty well-received speech where he seemed to change his tone a bit on immigration. Are you worried about rising stars like Rubio and his ability to attract Latinos to the Republican Party?
Well, look, first of all, what we need to understand is Marco Rubio is more than just Latino. Is more than just a Cuban American. Marco Rubio is an advocate of the Tea Party policies. This administration has made sure that tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Latinos are able to go to college by increasing Pell Grants. That's important, and that's an affirmation of being Latino in the United States of America. This administration, unlike Marco Rubio, has always supported comprehensive immigration reform and a pathway to legalization for the undocumented. That is, you pay a fine, you learn English, you get to the back of the line, we make sure you're not a criminal, but we allow you. This administration has always supported the DREAM Act. Marco Rubio says no to the DREAM Act.
Shifting to the Obama administration, how do you feel about President Obama's changes to deportation policies, and do you feel comfortable telling Latinos to vote for the president?
I am happy and proud to support President Barack Obama for re-election. You don't see any young people getting deported anymore, and when they are, call me. We'll undeport you. Because this administration has made a point that no more DREAM-eligible students will be deported from the United States. That's a sea change in the policy. We know that they're canceling by the thousands deportations where one of the immigrants doesn't have any criminal background. So Barack Obama's changed. He said, oh, no criminal background, have American citizen children, maybe an American citizen wife, been here a while, have a job. Well, you know what? I can't give you a legalized status in the United States, but I can cancel your deportation and say you will not be deported under my watch. I think that's a change. And the 10 and the 3-year bar, I think, is important. Before, if I'm an American citizen and I want to get my wife her green card, I had to travel to Mexico. I had to travel to Poland. I had to travel to Ireland. Now I'm able to apply for those here in the United States. At least that's what the Barack Obama administration.
As positive changes.
Look,
yeah.
He's moving in the right direction.
And if he is elected, do you see immigration reform coming up for vote in 2013? And if so, why would it pass this term and not the first term, especially when Democrats previously had controlled both houses of Congress?
Let me tell you what. You know, when Barack Obama wanted to pass the health care bill, which, by the way, gives millions of Latinos access to health care for the first time, everyone said, you can't do it. No one's in favor of it. The House, the Senate, the pundits, the editorial writers said, is Barack Obama? But he put his heart and his determination into passing it. I really believe that it will be a top priority of this administration. And remember, when he did become president back in 2009, we were losing 800,000 jobs a month. 800,000 jobs. We are creating 250,000 jobs. It's not enough. We need to do better. So when you prioritize issues and you have the economy stabilized and you have a president in his second term and you have a community of people that have made it absolutely clear to him, I think he's going to respond in a way that we're going to be very, very happy.
Representative Gutierrez, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Pleasure.
For more information on the primaries and the general election, stay tuned to Univision News.